Hey, Brian from Garage Mahal. Today I am going over the BLAVOR solar charger power bank. And you can see I have another power bank here, but this one works awesome. Just to kind of give you an idea. I love the fact that it has like the 4 solar panels. It snaps together. It has a big light on the bottom. Has a flashlight in the front. Strobe that turns it off, and then you have a nice like big area tent light. I call it tent light because I'm going to use it inside the tent, but you can use it so pretty bright as I get blinded by this. And again, flashlight. So it's got a couple different light modes, pretty neat. So I had gotten this other one, which will rename nameless, but I had this charging. This worked really good too. I gotta be honest, they both did a great job at recharging things. However, the BLAVOR seemed to last the longest, and that had me a little bit suspicious because this one was supposed to last pretty long. It claims that it has a 38,000 milliamp battery in it. So I'm like, all right, cool. So that should be pretty good. And this one has a 20,000 milliamp battery, but this seemed like it lasted longer on recharging things. And anyway, so this kind of met an odd fate. It still works, but as you can tell, it's kind of like open and exposed. And what happened was I had it on a one of my construction sites. I was building a 12 by 16 shed, and in the construction process, I had braces and stuff like that. So a 4x4 came and struck this on when it was basically laying down on the ground. I basically had it leaning against the shed, and it basically just came down like a tree, hit it, broke it open. It was still working. I'm like, okay, great. But I was like, while it's open, let me take a look inside. So, to my surprise, I found this battery on the inside. And there's actually, I'll pull it apart. I really want to put it back together again because I love the ability to, charge my phone on job sites or anything else that I'm out there. I mean, I have a second one, but, twice the power, twice as good. So, it has 2 of these batteries, and it's a 3.7 volt battery, and it's a 7565121, which I thought was peculiar, so it didn't tell how many milliamps. So I went and I did a search online. So hopefully you'll be able to see that. But that's the battery. And if you notice right here, it says 8,000 milliamps. So since this has 2 of them, that's 16,000 milliamp batteries. Milliamp hours, I guess, is how you break it down. But on the back of this one, it clearly states 38,800 milliamp hours. And I can kind of like show that a little bit closer. It's probably going to give away what this is, but you can kind of take a look at it. So right there. So, again, I really like this as well. It just didn't charge as long as the BLAVOR. This seemed like I could charge my phone more, I could charge my tablet longer, and this one, not so much. So it just made me wonder, because this battery is almost half the size, 20,000 milliamp hours. It's almost like half the size, mAh. So I was kind of like stumped. I honestly was. But I mean, now this is my go-to hiking, camping, job site power to recharge my phones, cameras, and devices. This one obviously is broken. I can fix it, but again, I was just kind of like, I'm like, why rate it for something that it's not? and that could be for one or two reasons. Either it's a it's a grab of your hard-earned earnings, and or they are just trying to bolster themselves to be something that they're not. Very, very disappointing. So I have some like testing equipment here just to still kind of like compare apples to oranges as far as what they are, how they work, what the voltages actually are. I'm a little thirsty, so give me a second. So let's dive a little bit deeper. So first I have it's a USB digital tester, and what this does is it tests the voltage that these units will put out. Now it's a little weird and difficult because for one thing, sometimes if these devices start picking up a little bit of outside energy like from solar, it can skew it. Hopefully my studio lights aren't going to give it any extra power than it's actually going to put out. But so I put that in, and it should say welcome, but I think I got to flip this over onto that side so we see that. All right, so that is showing what the voltages actually are. So it's showing 5.18 volts, and obviously it's not really drawing any current right now, but to kind of give you an idea. So hopefully you can read that number on there. If not, I think, let me do some close-ups while we're filming here. And it shut off because it just, obviously it wasn't doing any, drawing any current. But anyway, you can clearly see that's 5.18 volts. And current, actually it's drawing 0 amps right now. And I guess I could probably do a USB out. Okay, so let me charge one of my phones here. I can pull the jack out because it's one of those magnetic jack things. And again, this is like a long process to review something, but again, if you're going to be going out in the wild, job sites, hiking, camping, you want to make sure you have the right equipment. Let me turn that light off. Okay, so here it is. It's charging. Let me turn the flashlight off. All right, so there we go. Back to recording. So you can see 5 volts. Let me get it focused. And the current draw is 0.98 amps. Just to kind of give you an idea on that. So let's pull this out of this battery. And this one actually is fully charged. It just doesn't look so pretty. So we're going to put that on there as well. And then I will show that. So the voltage is 4.95. Same current draw, 0.98. And again, this was fully charged before it got damaged. And it's basically just in case the insides are still working properly. Just to kind of give you an idea. So, and this one's pretty unique because when you take that out, this actually will power under some studio light. So again, I think these solar cells were, again, top notch. It was just a battery, little like false advertising. So that is that test device. So what we are going to do is I have a little more, a beefier test device here. What we are going to do is test the output power right out of the battery, right into this device. And again, this is and that may not, you know what, I can probably do both of these at the same time, just to kind of give you an idea. So this will test it as we plug into the other one. Okay, so this is reading. So this is good. Let me record this from this side. So again, this was the broken one, and still 4.9. It's putting out 1.43 amps. And then kind of give you an idea. So now this device, I mean, this is pretty heavy duty testing equipment. It is showing 4.44 volts at 1.4 amps. So it's not even putting out 5 volts. So if you were going to recharge something, this thing's not giving you the correct voltage. So let's hook up the other unit so we can really kind of compare apples to apples. And then I guess I can probably turn this around better so it reads better. So again, 5.1 volts, 1.42 amps. And this one is putting out a little bit better, 4.59, 1.4 amps. So again, that's coming through this little test device into this one. This one's a little more accurate, I would say. So let's disconnect this completely and we'll run it straight through and see what kind of voltage it's actually putting out. Okay, so now it's running straight through into this. The voltage went up to 4.67, 1.4 amps, and to be fair, so this is 4.67. Let's go into the broken one. And again, it's just putting out 4.59 volts. And again, I was able to charge my iPad, my phones, 2 phones. I feel like I'm important sometimes when I carry 2 phones, and that was basically just to kind of show that what each was capable of doing. So again, I really liked this broken one. I really did. Up until it broke open and I saw what was inside. And then after I do the voltage test on it, I kind of can really see what it's about. So the battery is not where it's supposed to be, and the voltage is slightly lower than 5 volts. And again, with devices, that really doesn't make that much big of a deal. It's more of the milliamps that are going in to charge your device that's important, because that's kind of like the power that's going through the energy. The voltage, I mean, as long as you're close to 5 volts, you're good. So again, and I love that it's like this bright orange. It's got the 4 panels. Folds up really nice when you fold it the right way. You know, it's got a bigger platform on it. Dog hair, sorry. Busy day with everything going on today. So, I mean, I like that it's got this nice big panel on it. It's got the flashlight on it. It's got a compass. So it has a lot of like unique features to it. Still, they're roughly about the same size. This is slightly larger, but it has a true 20 amp milliamp hour battery to it compared to this one, which was definitely boosting what kind of battery was in it. We open it up, we see what was inside it. So like when things fall and break, sometimes it's actually for a good reason. Again, this just wasn't giving me enough charge power, and I couldn't figure out why. And I couldn't figure out why this one seems like it worked a lot better in the long run. So your choice, I think, is pretty clear. When you're going out camping somewhere and you're looking for a solar powered battery pack, this is the way to go. And what I really enjoyed about this the most was that I could charge my iPad, my cameras, my cell phones out in the wild all day. Just charges, and then at nighttime I could plug my devices in, charge them overnight, and I'm ready to go the next day. If it still needed some more charge or something, like I had one camera, I was like using it to no end. I hooked it up to this charging while it was out in the sun. So I was charging the battery, I was charging the camera, all at the same time, and I was able to go a week camping without having to worry about any power needs or bringing, you know, like 5 or 6 times the size of this on a camping trip when I could put this in my backpack, no problem. I can even put this in my back pocket, and then anytime we'd stop somewhere, I'd pop the panels out, make sure that I was getting enough juice to go. But anyway, this will last you a whole week or longer, actually almost indefinitely, as long as you have good sun. Even a partial sun, it works well. And you can be out in the wild and you're able to charge your phone and your devices and keep this charged the whole time. Unlike a regular battery cell, I usually have one floating around on a desk somewhere. Unlike a regular battery cell, you bring it, you deplete it, there's no way to charge it when you're, out camping. Anyway, long review, but I just wanted to kind of cover all bases with everything, just in all fairness to all the products and devices out there. But this is definitely, without a doubt, my choice for camping, hiking, out on my construction sites, my other businesses, be bopping around the yard. I have a pretty big yard. I don't have electrical outlets at the end of the yard, so this is great if I'm doing a lot of creative work outdoors. I can keep all my devices charged up without having to run back and forth to my house. Anyway, I hope that covers everything you could possibly need to know about this or any of these other solar devices. Just be safe in your choices and what you're doing out there. Anyway, Brian from Garage Mahal, thanks for watching, and be safe out there.